Now it's going. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here's Rebelqueen.
Albion.
Obviously, we are not in the same spot, but we have finally figured out certain mechanics on our stuff to be able to do this together.
Yeah, we have the technology. We have figured it out. We have discovered the weird issue. Although, to be fair, for all they know, we could be in the same spot, just different rooms, but.
And you get to see Albion being jealous of my cat.
Not jealous, per se.
Oh please, you've heard him when we've been actually sitting next to each other. How he's gone, damn that cat.
I didn't use those exact words. I didn't use those exact words.
Yes, you have. Even OK's kind of giving you a look like, you trying to take my person?
Anyway, so this is going to be something interesting. We're going to. She'll call it a reaction, but this is more of a discussion of this Suicide Squad game trailer. The game that got released at the DC Dome or Fandom or whatever the fuck they wanted to call it.
Well, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Now, he saw. Albion saw the trailer first, and then he told me about it, and then I was able to watch it. So
yeah,
it was actually quite interesting to see.
Yeah. Why don't you go first so I can contemplate my thoughts and totally not continuously to wake up.
Seriously, you've been up for an hour and you're still waking up?
I only just had my wake up juice.
That sounds so wrong.
It's a drink. Calm down. What are you thinking of?
Nothing. Never mind. Well, when I first saw the trailer, honestly, it's pretty much like a normal day in Metropolis when you have like aliens pretty much coming to try and take over the world.
Just a typical bad day in Metropolis. Not a good day, not a horrible day. Just a typical good day in Metropolis.
Yeah. And
bad day. A typical bad day. I think good days are just a random Lex Luthor scheme, and horrible days are, well, injustice.
Pretty much. And basically, you start off hearing what we've come to expect with the Harley Quinn character messing around, and if you think she's talking into a radio, and then you hear and then you see her basically her fingers walking around like these pieces of rubble going to like a pizza box.
Yeah. That poor Alpha Target. It never stood a chance.
Yeah, and then the pizza box gets knocked over and she's like, ah! And then we see the rest of what is going to be the Suicide Squad for this game.
Mm-hmm. Captain Boomerang, King Shark, and Deadshot.
Yeah. Now, Harley and Deadshot are pretty much, they're recurring members of the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Boomerang, he's also kind of recurring, but he's kind of interchangeable, but King Shark,
he did a good job on the movie, so they're like, okay, yeah, he's a kind of a favorite. It's kind of hard not to be angry at or dislike the Australian accent to Boomerang thrower.
Yeah, so and of course you hear Amanda Waller's voice in the background on the comms going, you guys need a blah 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 blah. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
So a little bit after that, they start going. They start. Waller tells them, "Okay, Alpha target has been located at this location. Go to it and take care of it, or else head blow up."
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, in Suicide Squad, they basically the government will take the villains that are in prison and use them to pretty much do the Black Ops missions that they don't want to waste their soldiers on, because these Black Ops missions are pretty much like the suicide missions that they don't want to risk losing their soldiers on.
Yeah.
So they figure, you know what? We've got these villains in prisons. We'll use them instead.
Yeah. And so they basically implant an explosive in the base of their skull.
Or they have a bomb collar. It gets changed up.
It gets changed out, but I think usually it's just like the bomb in the base of the skull.
It depends on the comic series.
Yeah.
Bomb at the base of the skull, bomb collar that they can't. It just kind of depends on the bomb series.
And then for every time they succeed a mission, they get years taken off their sentence.
So, and I did look this up, so I was absolutely sure. Deadshot, who, like I said, he's recurring. He generally is like, you know what? Screw the years off on my sentence. I want you guys to do this for my kid.
Mm.
He generally wants that instead.
Okay. But yeah, it's basically them dealing with a bunch of top secret missions that, well, they're only as top secret as Harley Quinn allows them to be.
I only talked to Uncle Ron 3 hours and 25 minutes.
Sorry, that was my mom. And so then they go. So then the trailers start showing them going through the city. They're taking out aliens, and then it kind of shows a military helicopter that someone gets saved by Superman, and then they're yelling at Soup. Like, well, then they yell at Soup's like, "Hey, we gotta do blah blah blah."
Well, no, King Shark basically semi-fanboys over him. And then Harley goes, "Hey, Spandex! Get out of here! We're on a top secret assassination mission!" Again, stating how big of a top secret mission can it be with Harley Quinn on the job.
Yeah, and then this kind of proves like kind of what direction they're taking this game, because it turns out it's one of the times that Superman has either been brainwashed.
It's bad boy Superman, basically.
Yeah, because he pretty much incinerates one of the helicopter pilots.
Yeah. The guy is vaporized. Just it kind of looks like a Thanos snap. Except he snapped with his eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah, and then
the three members three of them are just kind of staring, shit, and then all of a sudden Boomerang comes in, not even paying attention to what was going on, just goes, "So did you find the Alpha target yet?" And they all just kind of point up and goes, "Fuck!"
And as the trailer is closing, Boomerang hits Superman in the back of the head.
Yeah. I laughed so hard at that. That made me laugh so hard.
Me and Albion are kind of going like, I swear I heard Captain Boomerang going, "I should not have done that." And
I swear Boomerang throws King Shark under the bus and just says, "Shark, why'd you do that? You shouldn't have done that, Shark."
But now everybody has their particular favorite superhero. I'm neutral. I like all the superheroes. Yes, some of them I have a higher pedestal. Albion, he's like,
I don't like Superman. I
Yeah.
don't really care for Superman. Superman, I'm not a fan of. I don't care for the Boy Scout thing. I understand why people like him. I understand why people look up to him. I just do not. And no, I'm not saying I like the Lex Luthor. I did no. I just don't care for Superman or his villains in general. The That's why I enjoy Batman versus Superman, because there's a huge portion of the movie where Batman just beats the ever loving crap out of Superman. That made me smile.
Me, on the other hand, I do have a certain like for Superman, partly because, okay, I've kind of discussed my older brother before in some of our stuff. My older brother is a huge guy. He's 6'3", 200 something pounds, most of that being muscle. So I think
He's my size but more ripped.
Yeah. So ironic. I think you can understand. He kind of got the nickname Superman a bit. So kind of jokingly around with that, we kind of have been getting him like Superman T-shirts, little figures, etc., etc. Like even has a little Superman ring that it apparently slipped off his finger, and he nearly went. He nearly went like, oh man, he pretty much nearly lost it because he lost that ring. It was like a little titanium and black emblem ring, so the little House of Elves thing. So it's like he really liked that ring. So like getting like the neck and like Superman necklaces and all that. So it's like we're always trying to find stuff for him with Superman on it that we're like, okay, is this gonna fit him? T-shirts is kind of a different story because it's like he always needs T-shirts because it's like with as big as my brother is, he wears that stuff out so easily. So, little partial to Superman in some aspects, but when the young, I know it's not has anything to do with Suicide Squad, but I have to admit the Boy Scout kind of took a bit of hit for me in the Young Justice universe when it came to the cartoon stuff. When they introduced Superboy in that first episode, and Superman just pretty much blew him off. And even in the following episodes, he wants nothing to do with Superboy. I mean, on certain aspects, I can understand why Superman was upset, because, I mean, after all, there's only like a certain number of people he would allow access to his Kryptonian DNA.
Well, so, to be fair, it's basically the equivalent of him finding out he has a now teenage son he never knew about.
Yeah, but
also, to be honest, in terms of the comic, Superboy does start destroying the entire multiverse.
Yeah, but that's only after he found out he was half Lex Luthor, from my understanding. But let me finish. But it's like at the same time, it's like I said, as I was saying, like I can understand like there's only like a certain amount of people like who'd be able to get his DNA to be able to create Superboy. But at the same time, from every little bit of Superman franchise stuff, he's given everybody all these chances, and yet when Superboy pops up in the Young Justice universe, at least in the cartoon franchise, he didn't give him any crap. It's not until like way, way, way later on in the series that he finally
doesn't know how to deal with him. That's the issue. I think I understand it more why he does what he does than you do, but I get it. No, although I do have to bring up the question.
Batman didn't know what to do when Talia showed up with his biological son, yet he still did better than Superman.
Except he did know what to do with, because remember, he's technically had 3 sons already in some way, shape, or form. Dick Grayson being the first. So he knows what to do with. And to be fair, Batman, you have to admit, when it comes to young wards, Batman usually goes with the tried and true method of turn them into Robin.
Yeah, but this was his biological son that was raised as an assassin.
So he's pre-trained to be Robin.
But okay, but we're getting off topic here now, so going back now. But still,
Basically, what we're saying is we're not going to be all upset about there being an evil Superman.
Yeah, especially considering
if you want true rage or disappointment at an evil Superman, or the fact that this game, which is made by Rocksteady, who made the Batman Arkham games beforehand, if you want true rage and disappointment that this game is not going to be a Superman game and you have to actually kill Superman, go watch Angry Joe. That was a hilarious reaction. Oh, the salt runs thick there.
Yeah, and besides,
we'll wait for you to get back. Wasn't he sour? Wasn't he salty?
Yeah, but besides,
actually, I might put that video in the description for this video.
Go ahead. Besides, I mean, considering like how many different timelines we've seen an evil Superman, I mean, because after all,
in the normal one we've seen the evil Superman, but it's usually again mind control.
Yeah, because I mean, after all, there was time Darkseid had
Darkseid.
Darkseid. I mean, there's a different ways to pronounce his name. There was a time he had erased his memory and took control of him. I think there was a time Lex Luthor actually had control of him.
I think there was actually one where Superman. It's one of the times Superman died, and usually to Doomsday. And I know they made an animated movie for where Lex ends up making a clone of Superman, of Superman that he can control, but the clone goes haywire.
Oh yeah, the various clones that he had like put the kryptonite capsule in.
Yeah.
So that he could bring them to, so that he could continuously have the different Supermans, have them come to him, and he could beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
and then
one clone.
And like we said, the thing starts off showing exactly Brainiac is attacking Metropolis. So you can assume that Brainiac did something, maybe. Yeah. Although, again, I have no qualms if he did not, and it just Superman went dark, and I have to kill him anyway. So, Yeah. Is it wrong to want to kill him with Captain Boomerang?
That's just you.
Like, Captain Boomerang and Harley Quinn are the two that I would love to beat him down with. Captain Boomerang just because it'd be funny, and Harley just because it's Harley.
I call Harley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. We don't know if we'll stream it or not. Depends on the situation. But if we do stream it, I am not going to be able to play as a certain clown. Under threat of physical and emotional death.
Yeah, because, when it comes to the female rogues, as long as Harley is not with Joker, she's definitely my favorite Gotham female rogue, but when she's with Joker, God.
There are just issues there.
Yeah. But then because it's like, otherwise I then have issues trying to decide between her, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. Well, I can't really say Catwoman is a
she's anti-hero.
Yeah.
She blurs the line pretty closely, so it's usually just okay to call her as an anti-hero.
Yeah.
But yeah, so depending on the situation, we might stream it, and again, I'm not getting hold of the clown, so I'll have to figure out who of the other three I'll play. Probably Captain Boomerang.
Well, even then, it maybe depending on, like, from what we know with even though we don't know like the full situation with the co-op deal,
Yeah.
there might be like situations with the whole mission specs that we might have to play specific characters.
Right. I think I did read or hear that what they're doing with it though is that you play as you basically play as all four on every mission. You just can easily switch between the two.
Oh, you
With
mean kind of like in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance thing?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Which that is actually a fun game if you guys haven't checked it out.
Mm. Anyway, so yeah, the game looks interesting. I enjoy Rocksteady, and I'm a little curious to see how they're going with it, especially since this is going to take place in the same universe as the Batman Arkham games.
Oh dear lord.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm pretty sure Batman's not showing up in this one.
Well, even though I haven't played the Arkham games, I have kept kind of abreast of them. I'm just saying, oh dear lord, because it's like I know, like I said, I do know a good. Like I said, I have kept abreast of them. I'm just saying, oh dear lord.
Yeah. So
Anybody who has kept abreast of those games and knows the deal behind them is probably going, oh dear lord.
But yeah, so the game looks interesting from the CG trailer that we were shown. So we're both kind of looking forward to it, and we'll wait and see as they release more information by the time till it comes out. When the trailers say 2022?
I think it said 2021, so
Either way, it's PS5 and Xbox Series X. And
yeah.
PC. Although which PC? Although you wonderful PC players get to find out, are still waiting to know if it's going to be on Steam or if it's going to be on the Epic Game Store exclusive. But anyway, so anything else you want to add?
I can't think of anything.
Can't think of anything either.
So, peace out.
Bye.